Hi Gemini, thank you for joining me here. This is gonna be your love message reading. I already shuffled, pull out the card, and put it on the table so that you can solely focus on delivering the message. And this is your energy, this is the person you're dealing with. And yeah, let's see how it goes. And Happy New Year. Okay, let's see. What's your energy? So, your current energy is Nine of Earth and Love, which is regular tarot is lovers. Um, so what I'm feeling here, Gemini, that I'm really feeling like you are really there's a lot of self-love that I'm getting. You are really focusing on your what good for you. You are not getting yourself involved in any kind of drama anymore, because those kind of unbalanced emotional intensity, yeah, it gives you a lot of it's just a different kind of experience of living life, but at the same time it kind of shook the boat, a little bit, or maybe a lot. I'm feeling like that you are kind of solely focusing on your growth, your foundation, your stability, what good for you and what works for you. And you are not really talking that too much about it. You are not really deliberately announcing it that what you are doing. You are kind of doing it under the rug, It's not like hidden or secret something, but it's not even boastful. So you are just keeping it low profile, like, and you are very much focused on like what is good for you, because I'm also getting that you have if you talk too much about, oh, I want to talk, oh, I want to work on this project, I want to do this, I want to do that. If you share too much of your future plan or something, somehow it feels like, it's like almost like somebody is like it doesn't pan out. Every time you vocalize your wish, every time you vocalize what you want to do in your life, it feels like that some kind of negative energy surround you. Like people, there's a, I don't know, there is like a bad energy, like around you, and it kind of defeat your goal. It kind of not let you go there, and that time, then that's why this time you're kind of keeping it hush hush. You are kind of doing your own thing. You are not really putting it on everywhere so that people know what's your. You are not letting anybody to get into your business. You are just taking care of your own business by yourself. And with the love, I'm feeling like there's a lot of healing going on while you are focusing on your career, while you're focusing on your stability, your improvement, self improvement, and all that other stuff. Just prioritizing yourself, there is a lot of healing, going on. You are kind of coming in terms with your own self, kind of getting more comfortable with in your skin, and really embracing it. And you are not really, like being very rude, like critical of yourself. You're just really starting to love yourself. Like if you make something, like before maybe you have been very critical, like you always kind of, oh, why did I do that, oh, I shouldn't have done that, oh no, no. All the time you're kind of being a parental figure to yourself, kind of strict parental figure. But now you are more like being lovers to yourself. It's more understanding, more embracing, more inclusive. And there is a lot of healing going on underneath. This is also like lot of Leo self love is like really foreboding here. Like your energy is really, really that kind of. And the person you are dealing with, this person is, you know, they have a little bit of like a conflicting energy here, but it's not as negative at all. It's just we all have conflicting energy. So in one hand, they are also focusing on their stability. They are also focusing on their career, their like their life. They are the priority in their life. At the same time, they feel this longing for you. They feel this longing for love. Feel this longing for connection with you. But they're telling, every time they feel like that too much, they feel like, no, right now you need to focus on yourself. So they feel like, look at this, the hand, very like, they kind of ground themselves by saying that. So but there is a fleeting energy within themselves, which kind of, from now and then, it kind of like it's kind of goes, it kind of floats away, and they try to then they try, put it back together, because they're very determined, they're very determined to do something for themselves as well. They're very determined that they cannot just rely on anybody, they have to be self-sufficient, they have to be, like very, they have to take care of themselves, they have to prioritize themselves no matter what. But there is another sense that kind of gravitate towards you, so they are dealing with that polarity, while you are very focused on, you are kind of solely focused on your growth, you are solely focused on what good for you, what gonna work for you, what's gonna benefit you to your growth, and how you can heal. Your focus is right now healing and self improvement and self stability, and that's your focus. So this is your current energy. Okay, what's happening in the recent past? In the recent past, we have here for you, we have two of swords in reverse and the five of pentacles. So we have Taurian and Libran energy here. Both of them are in reverse. So I feel like that, in past, you were in a kind of funk, you were in a kind of funk, you felt like there is a lot of, I'm feeling like, not, like literally financial problem, like financial, like maybe you're not having enough money, losing job, like I'm literally feeling that with the five of pentacles, that, like, you couldn't provide, you couldn't be stable, like financially, in this connection. And because you are not financially confident, independent, like, I'm not saying, gonna say independent, there is a lot of loss that happened in recent future, and because of that financial instability, it created a insecurity within yourself, and because of that insecurity, you are unable to, you became very emotionally volatile, you became very emotionally, like, polarized, like you couldn't make a solid decision, couldn't stick with the decision that you made, like your decision was like swaying back and forth, because there was a lack of, stability when it comes to financial. I feel like you went through some kind of financial loss, maybe you lost your job, maybe you have some kind of other kind of loss that happened, that kind of, feed it into this kind of emotional, like polarity, emotional, unbalanced thing that happened in recent past. And they have a lot of different kind of energy. They have ace of wand in reverse, they have eight of cups, they have four of pentacles in reverse, then they have seven of swords. So what is telling me that, because whatever reason within this connection, they did not felt enough purpose, they did not feel that, like this connection actually spark their enthusiasm, spark their passion and all that. They feel like it just, I don't know, the fire was dimming down for them, so then they tried to, like, find, like, what was lacking, what is going on in their life. So then they, maybe you guys went through like a separation, with that, they kind of, tried to figure out, not pertaining to this connection, but they just tried to figure out, their life. They needed some time to figure out, like, what they truly wanted and how they can get it. And then they, when they went on that voyage, they couldn't stay there for a while, like for a long period of time. So they came back very seven of swords, very swift. They came back because they did not have that patience to do that kind of spiritual journey, or whatever they thought that they will do, to find where their actual spirit fire lies. They couldn't do that, they couldn't follow through, so they came back. And it was like a kind of on and off kind of matter between you two. And then in there was this kind of rushed energy. It was there, they are not completely honest, they are not completely there, they're there but they are not there. You cannot really put a label, you cannot really put a finger on it. That kind of energy I'm getting in past for them. Okay, what is the this is the emotional realm. The emotional realm, queen of wands in reverse for you. So you really felt like, this is like a recent, like, I'm getting that this is a kind of is still related to a past, maybe still lingering a little bit. But I feel like you kind of felt like that you kind of lost your mojo. You felt like that, like nothing really sparks you. Like nothing really, you feel like that everything felt like that it's not your game. You felt, that kind of, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do it, that kind of spark and connection. You did not feel that. You did not feel that, not only to this connection itself, it's in your life, in your life you did many things, but it did not really speak to you, it did not really speak to your spirit. So there is a that kind of carb of enthusiasm. You always felt like, it's not really, I don't have a total control of it, I don't feel like I got it, I don't feel like this is for me. That kind of energy was there very much. And but look at this, things are changing, things are changing for good, the will is here, and you can feel that. But now where you are, you can feel that the change is happening, because there is a deep sense of belief and some kind of submission. I'm also feeling though with the Hierophant, you are kind of spiritually submitting to some kind of belief. It doesn't have to be any kind of religious or anything, it could be, but I'm really feeling like there is a deep sense of spirituality that kind of struck you recently, a deep sense of spirituality, and you are not questioning anything anymore. You are feel like, what, I am not on my game for quite a long time, and I don't feel that spark. Usually I do feel, but I have been not feeling that. I'm not feeling that oomph in me, I'm not feeling that X factor in me that can make things happen. So there is some sense of spiritual submission with the Hierophant, and that's actually changing your whole outlook, that's changing your whole outlook, and it's making you be in touch with yourself more. With the Lovers, this is the some kind of, you are really doing heavy spiritual activities. You are kind of getting in tune with yourself, you're just following kind of healthy lifestyle, and those kind of, whatever you can do, whatever is are in your disposal to really kind of spiritually, you wanna be very calm and content, because that's helping you, and you can see that, you can sense the change. And followed by it got the Chariot, which is like a Cancerian card. I'm getting that you are feeling, you are already started to feel that things are moving forward. It's not 100% perfect, you still feel that you are not completely in the game, you still feel like that something, one day you have a bad day, next day it's not like every day is a golden day for you. I mean, who is that for? Anybody? Is that for anybody? I don't know, maybe. Definitely not for me. But like there is like this in, but there is a sense that your life is moving, your life is taking off. You can feel that something gonna, it's like a feeling that when it's like almost like a sixth sense intuition feeling, that you are feeling like that your life is taking off. And it followed by Justice, Libran card. Like, I'm getting that you're feeling quite content, even though, please keep in mind, the situation is not 100% perfect. There is a sense you still haven't got your full confidence back, you still haven't got your, like, oh, this is what I want to do, like, if figure things out and all that. You are still in the process, but you are feeling that you are being much more balanced. You feel like something good gonna happen, you feel like you are gaining the momentum, you are feeling like your vibration and the confidence is going up. You are also feeling some kind of positive change is coming. You can also feel that healing is happening. You can also feel that you can more focused on your own stability, you can prioritize yourself. Maybe you had hard time with the Libra moon in Libra card. I feel like maybe you had hard time prioritize yourself. You always prioritize others but not really yourself. Maybe that kind of transition, not maybe, that transition is happening here. And by all these little things is actually making you feel good about the whole process that is happening to you. Okay, let's see what's their energy. They have Six of Swords. Six of Swords, I'm feeling like that, they are emotionally feeling like that they need to do some kind of change. They really need to make some kind of change. And it has to be clear cut. It's not just today I'm gonna, it's not like that, like emotionally driven. One day we go for a spiritual journey, then you cannot hold on to that, you get bored, or you feel like it's not for you, you come back quickly quickly and try to fix everything, and it's like uninvolved, like a half-ass kind of involvement, and that's really not really working. So they realize what they are, what kind of changes they need to make. With the Six of Swords, I'm feeling like that they are ready to move away from some kind of pattern. They are ready to move away, at least mentally they have made that decision. Whether they are doing it or not, I feel like they are still not working, acting on it properly. There is a sense of desire with the Three of Wands, Aries card, sense of desire, sense of go after it. But before they can go after, they are pondering a little bit. But emotion, that mentally they are absolutely determined to get away from some kind of pattern. Because you see that, like, that's what I said, they are very determined to stay in, they have a tendency to move, drift, but they are like very determined. No, I cannot drift right now, I need to make these changes. So there is a certain sense of affirmation, certain sense of, like strict rule that they kind of put themselves into, and that's, I think, very positive for them. And while they're pondering and kind of reflecting, they're reflecting on the Three of Wands, which is like a Gemini card. So the Aries reflecting on Gemini. So Aries, like they are already, they feel like, okay, I need to take this action. I mentally I made up my mind, I'm gonna leave behind some kind of pattern, some kind of that I usually do. I need to break those patterns, I need to make a deliberate action in order to really make this ball going. But before they can actually jump, they are looking at the Ten of Wands. They are looking at like how much they unnecessary things, like how much they kind of, they have become their own enemy. They look at that, like they just involve themselves in bunch of, uncompleted things. They started things they never finished. It's like unnecessary chaos that they put, the unnecessary burden of work, and that's why they never really, like it just, yeah. With the Ten of Wands, I'm getting that. Let me get another card on Ten. I'm getting that there is some sense of, they're realizing that, what they did to themselves, not to you, but what they did to themselves, like. And that's fine, we are all learning, we are all growing. Yeah, the Moon in reverse and the Star in reverse and the Ten of Wands. Oh yeah, so they had a hard time to believe, like they had a hard time to, maybe they are not very spiritual person, and they had a hard time to believe. They always tried to do everything like, like they try to control things a little bit with the Star in reverse. Like, what kind of control? Like let's say, oh, it will happen to me. They are kind of, there's a restless feeling. There's like, oh, no, it's not gonna happen to you, I have to make it happen, but not, they don't have all the time to power to make things happen. So then they get into a lot of emotional cloudiness. They don't understand why they're doing things, they don't understand why things are not happening for them, and everything kind of vicious cycle. It kind of go around, and it became such a huge burden for them. And they feel like, okay, this is not working, I'm gonna jump into this one, because they, in past energy, Seven of Swords is like a little jumpy energy, like uninvolved kind of, shortcut kind of energy. So then one thing doesn't happen, then they move to the next thing. That also doesn't happen. So bunch of incomplete things that kind of clouded their energy completely. And they realize they are looking at all this. They are looking at all this before taking this jump, before taking this deliberate action to move away from this. So they are realizing what they have to move away from. So there is a lot of self-realization going on. And it came next to the Six of Pentacles. So we have two sixes here, so there is a lot of heart chakra energy. So they are feeling like, the way they are very positive, they are very optimistic at this moment, and they're feeling like, if they can cut this pattern, if they can break this pattern, if they can change themselves, the way they are torturing themselves by taking on too much and not really finishing anything, but try to have everything under their control, all these other things, emotional cloudiness and all that, they are not, if they can let those things go, their life gonna be much more balanced. They are gonna be in a place where they are gonna feel they are, like a familiar place, where they can feel like, yes, I can thrive on this, in this situation, in this atmosphere. But they have to create that atmosphere for them. So in order to create that, they have to, leave something, some kind of pattern, some kind of behavioral pattern behind. And they are so right now they are not in the action mode. Right now they are really analyzing mode. They are like really understanding what they need to get away from, what are those things that they need to get away, really reflecting on right before that action. And they are also seeing what can happen if they really get this, if they really leave this pattern behind. So they are, when they are visualizing, they are visualizing that in the in future, if they can really let these things go and change their behavior, then there will be a fruitful, fertile ground for them to really thrive. They can be more generous. There will be finished the things that they can actually complete, and rather than all these scattered incomplete things which became a burden, like a ten of wands. Okay, what are the immediate future? I mean, it can be changing the future thing, it depending on if you follow this energy. So yours is page of pentacles and the empress. So I feel like that you are, you are looking, even though you are looking for your, growth, you are looking for something to click, some kind of work, some kind of something to click that can flourish, that can become more, like something bigger, and you can work on it because you want to build something for yourself. But at the same time, you are, it's not looking back, but you want this person to, you feel like that if they come to you like an empress. But I feel like that's what they're working on, because look at these two empress here, and that's their current energy. And I feel like you guys may be not in touch right now, and but they, you feel like if they come to you like an empress where there is no drama, they are fully involved, fully present, fully showing up, they have their shit together, you have your shit together, like really like growing in life, not really trying coming here and trying to tear each other down, not like that. If they come to you like an empress, you long for that, you long for them to come back to you like an empress, so that you can build something together. I mean, you are gonna build it irrespective of whether they are with you or not, but you kind of long for them to come back in their full form, so that you can build together something. So there is a longing for reconciliation, I feel like, in your heart. And what they have, this came a little sideways. So ace of wands and the fool in reverse. Yes, so now right now, in their near future, after, because they are not ready right now to totally jump onto it. They are though, even though they are feeling that, you see that ace of wands again, before came that, but before it was reverse. So before they could not find the purpose and all that, they feel like, they always feel like something is not clicking, their purpose is not aligned, they always feel like that. But now they have a better picture of their own thing, their own life, where they are doing things wrong, where what is not working, how they can turn it around. So they have all these things figured out. It's not right now, is the matter of action, and I feel like they are getting aligned to take an action towards this. And but when it comes to you, and your connection is, that's why they feel like they want to go back. See, they are kind of longing to go back to you, rush to you, but they kind of the hold themselves back. For them, it's not about you did not do anything, like this connection is there, but they know that in order to really come back to you, in order to really come back to this connection, they need to be first take action towards themselves and find the purpose, find what is meaningful to them, so that they just don't drift away. So when things are become meaningful, at least to the person who are taking those action, then those action becomes much more joyful to act on. And that's what they're trying to figure out, that's what they're trying to align themselves. And once they find that, they will be able to take a jump towards this connection. But in order for they to come back to connection, they know very much that they need to first build themselves, they need to get away, like get rid of all this unnecessary thing that has been making them all this impulsive, unreliable, this and that. And so they are trying to put their life back together before they can come, before they can show up, before they can really show up like an empress, because they are working on that status. So because you also want them to come to you like an empress, but they are working on it. But it's gonna take some time. I'm not gonna give you fake hope, it's gonna take some time. Whether but you are not waiting for anything. You are doing you are really focusing on your growth here. And if something happens in future, that's up to the future. You will feel how you feel like, and if it happens naturally, it's gonna grow naturally. But right now you're focused really on your growth and self-love, lot of healing, lot of spiritual alignment, those kind of that stuff. All right, Gemini, I hope you get something out of it, and I will talk to you next time. Okay, take care. Bye.